He showed up with good intentions, but things quickly went sideways when her child crossed the line. Instead of telling her kid to apologize, she just kept recording, thinking it would somehow make him look bad. But this time, he wasn't having it.
It's okay, you can record me all you want. He's a little
okay.
Just like you.
Okay.
I don't care, you can tell your father's gonna go to jail too. Police! Police! Help!
Okay.
Because I have video of him driving.
Her kid definitely stepped over the line here. And the fact that she's not telling him to back away is immature.
Okay.
Watch!
Okay.
Watch! You little bitch. That's what you are. A little bitch.
Jesus Christ.
Where's Daddy in Oklahoma? Where is he? Your father Jake wants nothing to do with your ass. Psychopath?
I don't like where this is going.
Notice how the kid keeps looking toward his mother, as if he's waiting for some instructions on what to do.
I'm still. Look at yourself. Nobody wants you. Your own mother sent you to a hospital. Don't you realize that? I didn't want any kid, and I told your nutty mother that 8 years ago. Damn! Because I saw how she acted with you. That's why.
I wonder what they did, and as soon as he stepped up to discipline them, she wants to make him look bad. But let's all remember how he didn't get violent with them, despite the other kid behaving this way. And I can respect him for having self-control and not harming them, because they do not know any better at that age.
That Dan's going to jail because I have video of him driving. Yeah. Remember the fucking alcoholic who drove with you drunk in a car?
Well, I'm out, man.
There is no shame or respect already at that young age, and it's heartbreaking. He should leave and never come back, because no matter how hard he tries to fix it, he will be seen as the villain.
That's the type happen when the mama get the child, bro. And then she have a child with another person, bro. And now it's 2 kids, and one of them yours. And that little, I would have beat his, bro. Ain't no way, bro. I'm letting no kid hit me with no damn broomstick, bro.
That man did the right thing by not getting physical, and it shows that he's genuinely concerned for them, not against them.
A lot of the times with step parents, they take care of the child, raise the child, feed the child, do all these things. And then when a child has something happen in their life, like sweet 16, wedding, things like that, the biological father will pop up and get to walk the daughter down the aisle, where the stepfather then damn near pay for the wedding. I think that.
The true parents are the ones who aren't afraid to let you know when you are wrong, and the ones that stick around during the hardships.
Like, a lot of step parents do not get enough credit that they should get, because they're having to deal with all that. Biological parent gets to get everything, but you did the work for it.
Is your ideal guy in 2023?
He's got to be tall, brown hair. He has to be not too fat, not too buff, but just the right amount of skinny. He's got to have the best personality ever, because it's all about personality.
Huh?
I don't care how much he makes, personality.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
At least she's after the personality, not the money.
And you're going to tell, excuse me, you're not going to talk to my wife like that. My girlfriend, my mom. I only do this to show you what to do when you're older.
This kid spoke to his mom in an inappropriate way.
Do you realize I had tears in my eyes the whole time I was in there making you dinner? Because I'm scared to death to walk in here and talk to you about this, because I don't want to hurt your feelings. Because I don't want to be mean, but I have to. I have to. Because if I don't, when you get to be a man, you're going to f*** up. And you're going to come back and you're going to be like, why did I lose that girl I love so much? I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to hurt the way I've hurt in my life, or your mom.
You can tell he's doing this out of pure love, And this might be the most important lesson in all this life.
You have to set boundaries, buddy. And they're healthy. They hurt in the beginning, but in the end, it works. And I worked up a lot of courage to come in here and talk to you about that. Because I love you. I really don't want to hurt your feelings. I really don't. So I don't like play fighting or none of that. Because I don't like hurting your feelings. I don't like seeing you cry. I don't like talking to you like this. But I cannot accept you talking to your mom like that.
That's what I'm talking about. This means something to me, man.
This is maybe the most respectful, gentle way to discipline that I have ever seen in my life.
The thing a man can do is date a single mom, and I'm saying this as a single mom myself. And I say this because, one, it's as a man to take on somebody else's kids when you don't have kids of your own.
She's right. You have to at least have experience in that before jumping to it.
The idea that you're going to get emotionally attached to someone else's kids, and then if you break up, never see them again, y'all are stupid. So I don't know why women get so offended when men are like, oh, I don't date single moms. Like, I totally get it as a single mom myself. There's too much risk and not enough reward.
Because that relationship can end at any time, and it would feel like losing your entire family.
As a single mother, your value as a woman is less than somebody who does not have kids. If you're looking for that long-term relationship, which you've said you are, looking for a guy who's like at your age or older, the men who will be looking for what you're looking for aren't looking for you. They're looking for women who are much younger than you and who do not have kids. Do you understand that?
Well, you seem to think that every woman is exactly the same, but I'm not the same kind of person as the woman you're talking about.
You serious? She doesn't even come close to that category.
I don't have an IQ of 100. I'm fairly attractive. I don't think I'm going to have an issue. And what I did decide was that I would rather be by myself. My concern wasn't hypergamy. I'm going to go find someone older, wiser, smarter, better, richer, and do that. I just figured, hey, I'll just hunker down and work. At least I'll be happier by myself.
I wonder if that would truly be the case. But only time would tell.
Repeat that?
I parent poorly and forget Mother's Day.
What he told you?
Mm-hmm.
What did he tell you that?
This afternoon, this evening.
He told you that you parent poorly.
Yes.
And to forget Mother's Day.
Yep.
He said that to you?
Mm-hmm.
No, he didn't.
Ask him.
Yes, I did. Truthfully, I did.
What?
You told your mother that she parents poorly and forget about Mother's Day? Why would you tell her that? Have you lost your mind?
Jokes aside, I wonder why he said that. And if you ask me, that is very specific, and no one would say that for no reason.
Why would you think that it's okay to speak to your mother like that? To tell your mother that she parents poorly and to forget about Mother's Day? How about we forget about Christmas? How about we forget about that? How about we forget about your birthday? Let's say we forget about that.
Oh, does she parent poorly? Does she? Inquiring minds want to know. Because I don't know. That child just gave you an HR level evaluation of your parenting. And not only that, he stood on it. So there might be some grievances that need to be addressed.
Exactly. These signs should never be ignored.
This could have been a really good moment between parent and child to figure out the positives and negatives of their relationship, talk about what needs to change, what can be improved on both ends, foster a better relationship. But no, it turned into, well, how about we cancel your birthday? How about we cancel Christmas? Okay, so all you're doing is soothing her hurt feelings, but y'all aren't getting to the bottom of why he feels that way. So the problem isn't getting solved. And that right there is a big problem. Y'all don't talk to y'all children. Y'all talk at them.
If you want to get to the bottom of the issue, talk to them respectfully, and in most cases, they will return that respect to you.
You don't treat them like human beings that have their own emotions and feelings. You just treat them as objects. And y'all love to hit us with well, there's no manual on parenting, so we're not going to do everything right. Do y'all check in with y'all kids at all? Do y'all actually have conversations with y'all children about the things that they like and don't like about your parenting style?
What would you want the minimum yearly income to be for your future husband?
I want somebody established that brings something to the table.
Yeah, just
I
give
don't
me a
know
number. Just give me a
what
number.
that is.
Give me a number. Give me a number.
I
Give me a
want
number.
somebody
Give me a
that's
number.
retired.
Give me a number.
That's
Give me a
wealthy.
number. Give me a number.
Somebody
Give
that's
me a
got
number.
$5
Give
million in
me-
the bank.
Holy Jesus. What is that?
Hold on, wait.
$5 million is the minimum for you, lady?
62 years old. God bless you. If you don't have something by that age.
At 62 years old, you should be a little bit more emotionally mature to understand that there isn't a whole hell of a lot you're bringing to the table. You're a bit overweight.
Hey.
Right? You're a bit snarky.
I rebuke.
What are you bringing to the table?
It's just
that
preferences.
You
Let's
should
move
find
on.
a millionaire to take you up on this offer.
This is definitely something she won't forget anytime soon.
This is something that I never understand. Why would you, as a man with no kids, want to be in a relationship with a woman that has kids? Like, all lovey-dovey like, I understand people fall in love, blah, blah, blah. All of that stuff aside, and let's think logically here. If you have no kids, that also means that you don't know what it means to be, you don't understand what it means to be a parent.
And trust me when I tell you that you don't want that responsibility without the experience, especially if they're not yours.
You haven't unlocked that part of your brain yet. You still think in the way of being just a person on their own. Like, you don't think in a way of taking care of people. So, to thrust yourself in that type of situation makes no sense. It's kind of like applying for a job that you have no experience in and there's nobody there to train you. And then, not to mention, you got to deal with the baby daddy. Like, y'all got to come to some type of understanding, because you can't just come over there and start doing it, because then you're going to step on his toes. And a lot of dudes take this approach where they don't care what the baby daddy got to say. And I'm telling you, if they're an active father, it's going to be a problem.
And that's true. You will have to deal with him a lot because he has the right to be around for his kids.
Why do you think that some people don't want to date single moms or moms who have kids? Like, why do you think that's usually a deal breaker for guys?
I think it's deal breaker because I say there's a whole lot more responsibility that goes into a relationship right away with somebody with a kid.
Yeah.
And then also, you're not just putting your time, effort, resources into one person, you're putting it into two people. And the kid typically requires a lot of change in your own life. And so, depends on if you're willing to make that change or not, or wanting to make that change.
It's a huge sacrifice, and it requires a lot of patience and effort. And the worst part is doing it, and then one day hearing, "You're not my father."
How old are you?
40.
40?
Yeah.
You got a kid?
Absolutely, yeah.
No man's coming to pay your bills. I'm not gonna lie to you. First of all, you're 40.
But I don't look 40, so that doesn't matter.
It matters.
It don't.
You know why it matters?
Yeah, please tell me why.
Because you don't look 40, but there's somebody who actually is not 40. And I'm gonna go pay her bills because she's not 40. She doesn't have any kids. When I'm speaking on the men, I mean the men you want.
That's not just him. It's most men. Because most of us want to make our family, and there is only one way to do it.
Not just the guy that's around that you like, I don't even want to take serious. We're speaking on a guy that you want.
But there are still those ones, those certain guys that don't go by that same thing.
Men will sit here and tell you, this is how we think. You guys will say, no, it's not. This is how you think. But you're a woman telling men
how they think.
How we think. You got this guy over here, he can pay all your bills. You got this guy over here, he lives with his mom on the couch. Which one you picking? If you got the choice.
I'm definitely going to choose an independent one. I'm not going to choose a guy that's still staying with his mom.
Right. A woman with a kid is the equivalent of the guy that stays with his mom.
Got him! Got him!
And we are, too, going to pick the partner that is most likely able to give birth to our kids. It's just how it works. Nothing against them.
This is why a lot of men will pass on single mothers, because they don't want to be disrespected in their own house. And at the end of the day, that child is not his. And now he's dealing with another man's mess, another man's problem. And maybe that's an insensitive way to talk about children, but I'm sorry, that's how men see it. And this is just a whole headache that a lot of guys don't want to sign up for.
The problem with being a stepfather is not being allowed to talk to the kids when they are in the wrong.
In the hell are you bringing to that man to overcome all of that he can't get from a single childless woman?
And what if I want to be with a man
See,
that
you
already
answer a
has
question with the question is disingenuous, class. How does that work? They never want to answer the question that's difficult. They want to either go past it or answer a question with a question. Please answer my question. What are you bringing to a single childless man that he cannot get from a woman who is single and childless?
The only reason someone wouldn't answer a question is not understanding it or not liking the answer.
bringing me. I'm bringing, I mean, I can have more kids.
What can you bring to a man that he wants that you haven't already given to another man?
But what if he loves me?
What?
Like, what if
See, here we go again, class. Here we go again, class. When you don't answer a question, or when you answer a question with a question, it is disingenuous and bad faith. I'm going to teach this one way or another. You refuse to answer the hard question because the answer is nothing.
Even if that guy loves her, and there is nothing she provides back, he will most likely step back.
What do you have to give to a man that he wants that you have not already given to another man?
I can be submissive. I could be cooperative.
I don't think so.
You've not been submissive or cooperative with another man?
Oh, well.
See? The answer is, I don't have anything to give to a man that he wants.
It's truly embarrassing to be at that age and have nothing to bring to the table. And the worst part is that there are many people like this, and they expect the other person to do everything while they provide nothing.
That I have not already given to another man.
I need my man with no mom in his life, no sister in his life, no aunties in his life. I need an orphan. And I need him to have no female friends. So I need an antisocial orphan with no baby mama either. So I need an antisocial orphan with no kids. Okay? Don't even come hit my line if you're not one of those things. All of those things, actually.
No. You ever notice what some women will say what a real man is? It's always like a real man won't mind if I have 10 kids from 10 different baby daddies. He's going to love all them kids and take care of all them kids. Or a real man doesn't mind if I slept with 500 guys between the ages of 19 and 20. He's going to love me anyway. He won't care if I have horrible spending habits. He's going to fit the bill. Like, it's never positive. It's never about a real man will have some kind of self-worth. Like, a real man will never tolerate respect. A real man will walk away from me if I'm ever disrespectful to him. It's never anything like that. It's always a real man's going to put up with someone else's BS. You guys ever notice that? Because I noticed that.
Some people think the real man is the person who accepts being disrespected, but that's not true. A real man is someone caring, but also someone who knows his value.
How you got a real daddy on there, her mama on there? Cool. Couple days later, I'm hosting the venue at my house, hosting the wedding family at my house, okay? It's me, stepdaughter, girlfriend, groom, and their parents, right? Trying to help everybody get real acquainted. Then a surprise guest shows up, my stepdaughter's real daddy. And I'm like, you know what? Cool. He probably just coming to the wedding, right? But tell me why my stepdaughter proceeds to stand up and announce that her real daddy is giving her away at the wedding. What? The wedding that I'm paying for, in my house? The daddy don't do nothing for you? Is giving you away? And they were just so happy and smiling. Yay, great. Inside, I was fuming. Inside, I wanted to cry or punch somebody. Probably wanted to do both, honestly. So, I took that time to stand up and give a toast as well. I said, you know, I owe the groom and the bride a deep debt of gratitude because they have opened my eyes tonight. Oh, everybody at the table was just smiling. They have let me know that my position in this family is not what I thought it was. Oh, you should have saw the frowns, man. Now they mad. It done got serious. I let them know I am not the godfather or, you know, the head of the family that I thought I was, the loved one that would be seeked out in times of need. Nah. I realized I'm an ATM. Yeah.
I can't imagine how painful this is. This guy gave everything to this family and stepped up when the true father left. But once he was back, they forgot this guy's sacrifice and ran toward the one who came back after being absent for years. Well, guys, that was all for today. We'll be back soon.